In this question, it says the price P and the quantity X sold of a small flat-screen television set obeys the demand equation below. Express the revenue R as a function of X. Use the formula R equals PX. How much should be charged for the television set if there are 70 televisions sets in stock? How much should be charged for the television set if there are 850 television sets in stock? And what is the revenue when there are 850 sets in stock? So first I want to stop for a second and take a look at this formula that we're going to be using, R equals PX. Let's make sure we understand what these variables represent. So R stands for revenue, P is a price, and X stands for number of units. So if we think about this for a second, if we are charging, say, $10 for something, and we have 5 of them, if we sell them all, we would get $5. We would get $10 for 5 things that we're selling. That means that we're going to get $50. That is our revenue. That's how much money we bring in by selling this item. So this is a revenue formula. It's how much money you're going to bring in from selling something. In this example, we're selling televisions. So in the first part, it says express the revenue as a function of X and use the formula R equals PX. So I've kind of ignored this part down here. This is something called the demand equation. And it is P equals negative 0.17x plus 289. So this is an equation that has variables of x and p, and the idea is that the number of items that you're selling might have an effect on the price that you sell it at. So if you have more of something, you might be willing to sell it at a lower price because you can still make a good bit of money. Consumers, if it has a lower price, might be more willing to buy it. So the demand, how many you sell, and the price are related to each other. And someone has come up with this for this situation, that the demand equation is this for television sets related to the price. So we're going to use this demand equation when we're doing part A. So in part A, we want to represent revenue. We want to represent revenue as a function of X. That means we only want the variable of X in our equation. Right now we have X, but we also have P. We can get rid of that P by substituting our demand equation in for P. That's going to give X times negative 0.17x plus 289. I use the distributive property to get negative 0.17x squared plus 289x. So we've now found the revenue function, and it is a function of X. The only variable in this equation is X. So going on to part B, how much should be charged? How much should be charged is the price. How much should be charged for the television set if there are 70 televisions in stock? So to answer this question, I'm going to use the demand equation again. So for part B, I have this equation. The price is negative 0.17x plus 289. And if we have 70 television sets, I'll do negative 0.17 times 70 plus 289. I'm going to get my calculator here and do negative 0.17 times 70, and that gives me negative 11.9. Then I want to add 289, and that's 277.1. So we should charge $277.10 if we have 70 television sets. In the next part it says how much should be charged if we have 850 televisions in stock. So we're going to do the same thing. P equals negative 0.17. This time we'll substitute 850 in for X. We're going to do negative 0.17 times 850. That's negative 144.5. And we're going to add 289 to get 144.5. So if we have 850 television sets in stock, we can set a price of $144.50. And I apologize, I wrote B here, that's actually C. And then in part D it says, what is the revenue when there are 850 sets in stock? So because this time it's asking for revenue, I'm going to use the function that I constructed in part A here. This stands for revenue. And we'll use R equals negative 0.17x squared plus 289x. And we're going to substitute 850 in for x. That's negative 0.17 850 squared plus 289 times 850. So let's see, 850 times 850, that's 850 squared. Well, that's a big number. That's 722,500. And then we're going to do 289 times 850. That's 245,650. And we want to do negative 0.17 times 722,500. That's negative 122,825. And then let's add 245,650. And that gives me 122,825. So we're going to have a revenue of $122,000, $122,825 if we have 850 televisions in stock. Thank you for checking out my videos. Have a great day.